Why was the Ottoman Empire the longest lasting Muslim empire to exist? How did the Ottomans launch multiple successful incursions into Europe? Without a doubt, we must accredit these accomplishments to the great commanders and generals of the late great Ottoman Empire. In this video, I'll be shining the spotlight on the 10 greatest Ottoman generals. Stay until the end, I'm sure you'll agree with my top 10. Kurpula Mehmed Pasha, forgive me for the terrible pronunciation. Kurpula, the man who revitalized the Ottoman Empire and gave it a much needed boost during its unfortunate decline in the 17th century. Appointed as the Grand Vizier to Mehmed V, Kurpula came into his position with a set of goals in mind: to reform a mighty empire that was plagued with corruption, military setbacks and economic troubles. One of his first major actions was to tackle the corruption that had spread throughout the government and the military. He was not afraid to take drastic measures, even executing high-ranking officials who were found guilty of corruption. This tough stance restored discipline and order, setting the stage for his military campaigns. One of his major victories was against the Venetian forces during the Cretan War. He was a part of the long siege of Candia on the island of Crete. The siege lasted for over 2 decades, starting before his term and concluding after his death. Mehmed Pasha's contributions laid the groundwork for the eventual Ottoman victory. He understood the importance of naval power and ensured the Ottoman fleet could challenge the Venetian navy, effectively cutting off the island's supply lines and weakening the Venetian hold on Crete. He led campaigns against the Habsburgs in Hungary and led campaigns in the Balkans. However, his greatness stretched beyond the battlefield. He found new ways of tax collection and the economy was suddenly making a slow comeback. His efforts brought stability and prosperity to the empire, which had been teetering on the brink of collapse. His contributions were pivotal in turning the tide for the Ottoman Empire, setting a strong example for strong and decisive leadership. That's why he earns number 10 in my list. Lala Mustafa Pasha. Coming in at number 9, we have Lala Mustafa Pasha, the formidable general whose military smarts greatly expanded the Ottoman Empire's influence in and around the Mediterranean. Known for his decisive and sometimes ruthless tactics, Mustafa Pasha's legacy is deeply intertwined with the conquest of Cyprus. In 1570, the Ottoman Empire set its sights on Cyprus for many reasons. One of the reasons is that the Venetian ships were accused to be harassing Muslim pilgrims. This conquest was pivotal for controlling the eastern Mediterranean and boosting the Ottoman naval power. Mustafa Pasha was appointed to lead the land forces in this crucial campaign. The invasion fleet was massive, comprising of over 350 ships and 60,000 troops. This just shows the importance of this mission. The campaign began with the siege of Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus at the time. The city was well fortified and the Venetians were prepared for a long defense. However, Mustafa Pasha's strategy was well thought out. After intense bombardment and continuous assaults, Nicosia fell within 6 weeks. The victory was marked by a grim aftermath, as Mustafa Pasha ordered the execution of the city's defenders and many inhabitants, cementing his reputation for ruthlessness. Mustafa Pasha also played a crucial role in the Ottoman-Safavid Wars. Appointed as the commander of the Eastern Front, he led campaigns into the Caucasus, successfully capturing Tbilisi and establishing Ottoman control over Georgia. His strategic victories, particularly in Cyprus, had lasting impacts on the empire's dominance in the Mediterranean. Skolu Mehmed Pasha. I know 100% I messed up his name, but anyways, at number 8, we have Mehmed Pasha, a brilliant military strategist and a leader who left a long-lasting legacy on the Ottoman Empire during the 16th century. Rising to prominence during the reign of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, Mehmed Pasha played an important role in reshaping the Ottoman Empire's fortunes through his military campaigns and diplomatic approach. One of Mehmed Pasha's most remarkable achievements was his leadership during the long war that lasted from 1591 to 1606 against the Habsburg monarchy. As Grand Vizier and Commander-in-Chief of the Ottoman forces, Mehmed Pasha orchestrated a series of successful campaigns that secured Ottoman dominance in the Balkans and Eastern Europe. In 1593, Mehmed Pasha launched a bold offensive into Hungary, aiming to recapture territories lost to the Habsburgs. Leading a formidable Ottoman army, he swiftly conquered key fortresses and inflicted heavy defeats on the enemy forces. His strategic brilliance and decisive leadership ensured the rapid advancements of Ottoman troops, leading to the reconquest of territories up to the Danube River. His contributions to the empire's military victories, diplomatic successes, and administrative reforms solidifies his place as one of the greatest Ottoman generals. Ibrahim Pasha. At number 7, we have Ibrahim Pasha, a legendary Ottoman general in the 16th century. Ibrahim Pasha's military career was marked by numerous campaigns and battles, but his most famous achievement was the conquest of Egypt in 1517. Tasked with leading the Ottoman expeditionary force into the heart of the Mamluk Sultanate, Ibrahim Pasha displayed his skill and determination in the face of formidable resistance. The campaign to conquer Egypt was plagued with many challenges, including harsh terrain, fierce Mamluk warriors, and logistical obstacles. However, Ibrahim Pasha's strategic vision and tactical genius enabled the Ottoman forces to overcome these hurdles and achieve such a stunning victory. In a series of decisive battles, including the Battle of Lydiana, Ibrahim Pasha's army destroyed the Mamluk forces and secured control over Egypt. The conquest of Egypt was not only a military triumph, but also a strategic key that significantly expanded the Ottoman Empire's influence in the Middle East and North Africa. Ibrahim Pasha's efficient administration of the newly acquired territories paved the way for increased trade, economic prosperity, and cultural exchange within the empire. In addition to his conquests in Egypt, Ibrahim Pasha also played a crucial role in the Ottoman Habsburg Wars, particularly during the siege of Vienna in 1529. As one of the chief commanders of the Ottoman army, Ibrahim Pasha led his forces with courage and determination, laying siege to the Habsburg capital in a bold attempt to capture the city. Although the siege ultimately ended in failure, Ibrahim Pasha's leadership and military prowess were widely praised, earning him respect from both his allies and his adversaries. His remarkable achievements on the battlefield and his contributions to the empire's territorial expansion make him one of the greatest Ottoman commanders of all time. Murad II. At number 6, we have Murad II, a renowned Ottoman sultan whose military campaigns and strategic vision solidified the empire's power in the 15th century. Murad's reign marked a period of important expansion and consolidation. One of Murad II's most notable achievements was his successful campaign against the Byzantine Empire and the crusading forces of Europe. In 1444, Murad II faced off against a coalition of European powers led by Hungary and Poland in the Battle of Varna. Despite initial setbacks, Murad's tactical brilliance and leadership turned the tide of the battle, resulting in a decisive Ottoman victory and the death of the Hungarian king. The victory at Varna secured Ottoman dominance in the Balkans and marked the beginning of Murad's expansion into Europe. Following the victory at Varna, Murad launched a series of campaigns to consolidate Ottoman control over the Balkans and Eastern Europe. His military campaigns were swift and decisive victories as he defeated Hungarian and Serbian forces and expanded the Ottoman territory even deeper. One of Murad's most significant conquests was the capture of the strategic fortress of Belgrade in 1456. Belgrade is in modern-day Serbia. The siege of Belgrade was a testament to Murad's strategic genius and determination as he successfully breached the fortress's defences and secured control over the Danube River. In addition to his military campaigns, Murad also played a crucial role in Ottoman administration and governance. He implemented reforms to streamline government bureaucracy, improve tax collection, and promote economic development, laying the foundation for the empire's long-term stability and prosperity. Murad's contribution to the empire's growth and prosperity secures his place as one of the greatest sultans of all time. Hayr-ad-Din Barbarossa. At number 5, we have Hayr-ad-Din Barbarossa, a legendary Ottoman admiral whose naval campaigns shaped the Mediterranean and challenged the dominance of European powers. Barbarossa rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most feared leaders of his time. Barbarossa's achievements came when he was appointed as the admiral of the Ottoman fleet by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottoman navy became a formidable force capable of challenging any naval supremacy of European powers such as Spain and Venice. One of Barbarossa's most famous moments was his capture of Tunis in 1534, facing off against a powerful coalition of Spanish and Italian forces. Barbarossa's cunning tactics and superior naval skills allowed him to outmaneuver the enemy and secure a decisive victory. The capture of Tunis was a significant blow to European ambitions in the Mediterranean and solidified Barbarossa's reputation as a master tactician. Throughout his career, Barbarossa remained a thorn in the side of European powers, launching daring raids along the coasts of Italy and Spain, disrupting their maritime trade routes. His achievement paved the way for Ottoman dominance in the Mediterranean for years to come. Salah Reis. At number 4, we have another admiral, Salah Reis, a fearless Ottoman sailor whose daring raids and naval victories struck fear to the hearts of their enemy. He rose to prominence as a skilled sailor and navigator in the service of the Ottoman Empire. His early career saw him participate in numerous naval campaigns, where he gained a reputation for his bravery and cunning ability. One of Reis's most notable victories came at the Battle of Preveza in 1538, facing off against a powerful coalition of European fleets. Reis's superior naval tactics and mastery of the seas secured a decisive Ottoman victory. This battle marked the turning point in the Ottoman-European relations and solidified his reputation as one of the greatest naval commanders of his time. Salah remained a loyal servant of the Ottoman Empire, dedicating his life to defending its interests and expanding its influence in the Mediterranean. Selim I. At number 3, we have Selim I, also known as Selim the Grim, a formidable Ottoman sultan whose military conquests expanded the empire's territories and secured its dominance in the Middle East and North Africa for years to come. Selim's reign, marked by ruthless ambition and strategic brilliance, left an undeniable mark on Ottoman history. Selim's most significant achievement was his conquest of the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt in 1517. He recognized the importance of Egypt as the gateway of lucrative trade routes to the Indian Ocean. Selim launched a bold campaign to annex the Mamluk territories and consolidate Ottoman control over the region. The Battle of Redania in 1517, where Selim's forces decisively defeated the Mamluk army, marked the beginning of the Ottoman rule in Egypt. Selim's ruthless tactics and determination earned him the nickname the Grim, but also solidified his reputation as a fearless military leader. Under Selim's rule, the Ottoman Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the Balkans to the Arabian Peninsula to North Africa. His conquest transformed the Ottoman Empire into a global superpower and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East for centuries to come. And his ruthless ambition shaped the course of history in the Middle East and beyond. Mehmed II. At number 2, we have Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror, the visionary Ottoman Sultan whose military campaigns changed the course of history forever. Mehmed's most famous achievement was his conquest of Constantinople in 1453, a major event that marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of Ottoman dominance in the Eastern Mediterranean forever. Mehmed's siege of Constantinople was a beautiful example of military strategy and engineering. Despite facing formidable defences and determined resistance from the Byzantine defences, Mehmed's army succeeded in breaching the city's walls after a relentless assault. The fall of Constantinople started a new era of Ottoman expansion into Europe and secured Mehmed's reputation as one of the greatest Ottoman conquerors to ever exist. Mehmed II's reign was marked by cultural flourishing and architectural achievements, as he oversaw the construction of numerous mosques, palaces, and public works. Mehmed II's legacy as a conqueror and visionary ruler continues to be celebrated in Turkish and Ottoman history. His achievements truly changed the world forever. Suleiman I. And finally, at number 1, we have Suleiman I, also known as Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman's reign, often referred to as the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire. His leadership transformed the Ottoman Empire into a global powerhouse and left an enormous legacy that shaped the course of history in the world. Suleiman's military campaign expanded the Ottoman Empire's territories to their greatest extent, reaching from Hungary in the north to Yemen in the south, and from Algeria in the west to Iraq in the east. His conquests in Eastern Europe, including the capture of Belgrade, solidified Ottoman control over the Balkans and Eastern Mediterranean. One of Suleiman's most famous military achievements was his conquest of Hungary in 1526 at the Battle of Moax. Suleiman's forces inflicted a crushing defeat on the Hungarian army, paving the way for Ottoman control over much of Eastern Europe. The capture of Buda, the Hungarian capital at the time, marked the beginning of Ottoman dominance in the region and established Suleiman as the formidable military leader. Suleiman's reign is remembered as the golden age of Ottoman greatness. And there you have it, the top 10 generals or commanders of the Ottoman Empire. I just wanted to say, guys, this is purely my opinion. I do hope you guys agree. If you don't, let me know why in the comments. And if you do agree, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe.